said it about themselves or about the world, so they believe their own statements.
Okay. Yes, you're right. I see what you did there, and that's very smart. You're going to be good here. You just read that, but use your hands. That can work, okay? That can work a lot. Right? You notice that? Did you see that? And you're good. You're going to be great. Okay? Josh has made his whole career doing that. Just read the words and use your hands.
Oh my God.
So I just want to show what she did, because this is a master class. If you do this will work on a lot of people. I said, what does remember if they say it, they tend to doubt it, if they say it's true? And she said, so if I say it, they tend to doubt it. And I nodded. If they say it, it's true. Okay? So when in doubt, just read, use your hands. It's going to work 50% of the time, maybe more. Okay? Okay. What I mean by that is it's cold outside. No. Some people say, dude, I'm from Michigan. That's not cold. I'm from Toronto. That's not cold. I'm from Saskatchewan. It's nice. Right? I said something, they're going to doubt it. People just, that's what they do. Now, if I say, Kalina, it's cold outside, isn't it?
Yes.
She said it. I didn't say it. I said the statement. I framed it in a question. Now she said it's cold. I didn't say that. She confirmed. She said yes. Indirectly, she can't doubt herself because she said it. Protecting your family is important. You know, my family's not that important. Protecting your family is important, isn't it? Listen, one thing that changed my life, I'm being for real when I say this, changed my life when I started thinking in questions. I don't think in statements anymore. I always ask a question. Always. That's just how I've programmed, because I've read so many, I've listened to so many audios. I'm always looking for more powerful questions. I always ask, what did you say? How did you close it? I'm always asking people. Changed my life. Because I wasn't always making, because people argue with statements. That's just what we do. We like to do it. I do it, you do it. We always like to argue. But if you start asking questions, it draws people in, they say it. Obviously, through a presentation, this is very sales oriented. You get what? Minor agreements. So you always hear us saying things. Fair enough. Does that make sense? Wouldn't you agree? Because throughout the presentation, you're always asking questions. One, you're keeping them engaged. Two, you're getting minor agreements. You're getting green lights, right? I call those softball questions. The sky is blue. If something happened to you, would you want your family to stay or live? You want it to be better, or at least stay the same, right? Yeah, because if they don't answer it right, whoa, now we're not going to make these, okay, I'm logging it up here. I can't proceed. There's a red light here. I can't just drive through. I got to address this somehow, some way. Well, tell me, what do you mean by that? And then they expound, they explain, they tell you something that's going to help you close the sale later. Minimizes the shock of the final close. Jeff, what does that mean?
I guess most people think that you're just like kind of giving them a presentation, kind of talking with them about, we all talk about. And then at the end of it, it's like, well, we want to make this, we've got all this yes momentum, like you're talking about, and I think it'd be a good idea to close this with you. And then, people start thinking about the money and everything. It's like, oh, now it's going to be like for real and everything.
I'll give you a good example. A stupid example, but it could be true in this room. Don't ask them to marry you the first time you meet them. Build up. Get some yes momentum. Get to know them. Okay? Hey, I love you. No. No. Okay? Minimizes the shock of the fight. That's why I love being in person. I can do this again. It's great. It's great. Okay? I miss this. Don't you? Right? No, I'm being serious. Like, this is fun.
Yes.
Right? I can hang with my friends, and when you get the mic, you can make fun of me.
Yeah.
All right, so you get it, you can make fun of me. All right, but always remember, I get the mic last, so be careful. So you better shoot your shot. Okay, you better shoot your shot. But you're right. If you go in, hey, give me your bank account routing number. That shocks them. It's too much too soon. But hey, we have built-in questions throughout the presentation, and the presentation will close them. Is protecting your family important enough that you would set aside money every month to take care of this? That's different than just asking for the bank account and routing number. How much money per month could you put towards this? How much could you comfortably put towards this? That's why these questions are so important. Listen, none of us, I mean, maybe one. I don't think anybody in this room. But if I am wrong, I could be. But most of you guys are like me. You didn't come in with sales training. So how could you go and make 4, 5, 10, 15 sales in a week, in a month? Because we've done all the research. You got to ask all the questions. You got to show the videos. You got to ask them at the timely manner, and the presentation will close. If you can read and present and then just understand conceptually how this works, you can do our business. 6 ways to handle objection, right? I'm not going to go through this too much, but I'll hear them out, feed it back, question the importance, answer the concern, confirm the answer, change gears, okay? So we'll go through this really quickly. Yeah, about 5 minutes. So the types of questions. There's open-ended questions. Shondell, what's an open-ended question?
Not answerable by yes or no.
Right. Questions that require thought on part of the buyer. Right? I know. That's why I covered it. Who, what, when, where, why, and how. Right? What'd you say? What's the Give me some open-ended questions. Huh?
Do you want to go to the movies? That's yes or no.
That's a yes or no. That's a no. That's a no. Huh?
What are your plans for family?
Right.
How did you-
What does financial independence mean to you? That's an open-ended question. Get them to talk. How'd you guys meet? Right? Why is why is it so important to build rapport with the client? That's a really good thing, right? So there's a term, right? There's commercials, right? The hangry, right? Anybody heard that?
Angry?
Hangry. Is that real?
My wife, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Huh? Who believes it's real? You're damn right it's real. Right?
Oh, yeah.
If I'm hungry, stay away from me. If I'm tired, if I'm grumpy, get away from me. It's not right. I'm not saying it's right, but it's real, right? Like they say, this is when I say this is true. Okay? That when judges hand out sentences before lunch, they're always harsher. After lunch, you want the judge plumped up, well-fed, happy. You might get probation. Okay? You want to, like when I set up a client, when are the kids in bed? When's a good time? Oh, yeah, we eat. No, after dinner. I want it after dinner. I don't want them, they're thinking about food. They're not thinking about what you're saying. They're angry, they're hungry, they're hangry, they're grumpy. That's why I always try to build rapport, right? It's very important. How'd you guys meet? Tell me about, oh, how'd you get here? Oh, how'd you come to this country? Oh, what happened? Wow, that's awesome, man. Okay, so you got an academic scholarship. You won a visa. You won this. You won that. You guys met and then came here. Oh, great. Get them talking. Get them excited. Get them feeling good. Questions. We don't just go right into it. Now I'm not saying I may start and then ask them a question because I'm not going to talk for 45 minutes to get them warmed up. But you have to have these in there. Open-ended questions. They're important. They don't require a yes or no. They require thought on the part of the buyer. Who, what, when, where, why, and how. Closed questions aimed at obtaining the right answer. Most often a single word, a yes or a no. Are you interested in earning an extra 20 to 30,000 per year part-time? You should always ask the question knowing the answer, unless it's an open-ended one. But if you know, hey, because if you get the wrong answer, that's a red light. Retirement's important, isn't it? Yes. They say no. Okay, that's the wrong answer. Now, it's good that you know, but still the wrong answer. Alternative choice. Carter. What's the alternative choice? Huh? Good hand signals. Paying attention. You're close. I'm buying it. Go ahead. Choices, alternates, choice. Give me an example.
Yeah.
I can't hear you. Say it.
Oh, it's like just
Prepare to
How
you straw the help in, please. This is painful.
You like Italian or Mexican for lunch?
Huh? You like Italian or Mexican? Do you like weekends or weekdays? Do you prefer do you prefer the morning or the evening? Do you want me to send you the animated video or do you want to watch the webinar, right? You're giving two choices. Right? Now, generally, the two choices are what? They're both right answers. That's the key. When can we meet? Wednesday or Thursday? Both are good for you because you're getting the meeting. You never say, when can we meet? That's an open-ended. You're not tying them down. Best used for appointment, type of investment. And money amounts. Do you want to start with $100 or $200 a month? Do you want the draft to come out on the 1st or the 15th? We're good with either one. Do you want to pick the middle or do you want to be fully protected or partially protected? Porcupine. Cheryl, what's a porcupine? Okay, give me an example. If I say, how much time is this going to take?
How much time?
That's a great porcupine, right? So, answering a question with the question. Now, if you really want to do it well, you answer it with a question. You get what I'm saying? Most agents, they can put about 10 to 15 hours a week. How much time do you think you could invest? That's answering it with the question, okay? You can go question, right? Like say me and Josh, I'll do it with Josh. What you looking at?
punch.
That's not a porcupine, right? You gotta do the porcupine.
Okay. One more time.
What brought you to the area?
What brought me to the area? Why do you ask?
That is a good porcupine, right? It's not answering it, and sometimes you don't want to answer it, but the best way to do it is answer it, and that's exactly right. Because if you keep asking, then it's just awkward, right? She says, "Why do you ask?" Why don't you answer, right? Like then it's just gonna get, right? It's gonna be like, right? This is the story of many of your lives, I guess, right? It's just question till a fight, right? That's what we call 0 to 100 porcupine style, right? It's just question. Where were you? Why are you asking, right? It just, it doesn't work, okay? Doesn't end good, all right? How long does it take to be trained? We have flexible schedules. That's an answer. How much time can you invest per week? Great way to answer it. Because what happens, Val, if I answer questions?
My answer to quickly and bring up an objection.
Okay, no, wrong answer. But think about it, because I want, if, because, we get excited. If they say, hey, how long does this take? We know this is great. They're excited. They're interested. If I answer, they're requesting more information. And if I just say, we have flexible schedules, what's the problem with that? What's the problem with me just answering it? What's going to happen? They're going to ask more questions. You lose control. We have flexible schedules. Then she's going to say something else. Well, do I have to work weekends? No, you don't. Well, this is, it's question. But I say, what's question? How much time did I regain control? That's why questions are very important. Involvement, a question that the client must ask themselves after they get involved. It mentally throws them into the future and assumes ownership. When we review your information, come back with a plan. If you like what we see, then I assume you'll move forward. That is an ownership question. Or you can have an open-ended involvement question. Josh, if you started with this part-time and you're earning $2,500 a month extra, what would you do with that money? That's an involvement question. They're already spending the money that they've gotten from working here. So if he gives me this great answer, he's already saying, I'm working here, I'm making money, and this is what I do. Hey, when we protect your family, how great are you going to feel? When we pay off, when we get involved in this program and you're debt-free, how much less stress are you going to have? Questions. And I mean this when I say this. And I said this in the beginning, and I'm done with my training, right? We'll finish this later. I want Sheila to be able to do just questions. Your training is more important than mine. People skills, like I said, they're important in life, man. They're not. It's not just this. I want to be an agreeable, gregarious, get along person with my family, with my children, with my kids' teachers, with coaches, with colleagues, with coworkers, with recruits, with clients, everybody. I don't want to just always argue. I don't want to always butt heads all the time with people. I don't have to always be right all the time. I want to get along. I want a lot of people around me. People skills, questions. All right. So anyways, all right. Now, Sheila has some slides. Tom's going to pull it up. So I'll tell Sheila to go through this pretty quickly so we can open it up for questions. Okay. So Sheila's going to talk about her social media, how she's joining these groups, some of the responses that she's gotten from these groups, how she's prospecting, how she's joining a group, and then extrapolating that potential contact to a private message, direct message, and then turning them into a client or an appointment. Okay. And look, obviously if you're like me, your initial thought is, I'm not a nurse, I'm not Filipino. Okay, which is true for many of you. Okay, but there are millions, hundreds of millions, I don't know what, right, of Facebook groups or other, maybe not Facebook groups, events, networking groups, in-person organizations that you can join. There's football, there's, professionals, there's music. I don't know. You guys can all name hundreds of them. Okay, you got to find some, all right, that you can join and put yourself out there. So let's give it up for Sheila.